Good evening. Wow. Wow. What a beautiful assembly of supporters. I couldn't be happier to welcome you to the New Bedford Art Museum on the occasion of our 30th anniversary. Thank you for coming to our gala. Thank you for attending our Best of South Coast Artists exhibit. We have a full program for you tonight. Just to very quickly mention, I'd like to announce first our Best of South Coast Artists exhibit winners. So I should explain. We have two exhibitions on display simultaneously. One exhibition was curated by myself and Ali Borges, my assistant curator, and one, woohoo! Awesome team here. Boy, was this a team effort. But I'll get to the thank yous in a second. I'm so overwhelmed and thrilled to see so many people in the art museum. As a director, there's nothing that makes you happier. There's two things. Little children playing in the museum and making art, and seeing lots of happy adults engaged in all kinds of conversations about the art that they're standing in front of. Carmen Hermo, who is the curator of contemporary art at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, was invited to be the juror of our call for art, which was also called Best of South Coast. And she selected two artists, and I want to share with you the names of those winners. The first prize goes to Anis Begzeda for her piece entitled Let It Go. Anis, where's And second prize to Keith Francis. I don't know the title of Keith's piece, but you'll recognize it instantly. It's a pinball machine, or it looks like a pinball machine, installation sculpture in the small gallery there. Next, I would like to thank my staff and board, who are incredible. My board chair, Molly Goodman, who has talked me off a ledge all week long. Oh, there's Molly over there. I want to say a special thanks to Tim Mahoney, who takes my calls day and night, is always here. I think he has a cot downstairs. The most wonderful, dependable, super duper board member anyone could wish for. We have a few of those, in fact. I see you there. So I would like to thank our corporate sponsors. Bristol County Savings Bank, thank you very much. Anna Jones, I think you're here. You can give a little wave. There she is. South Coast Health, thank you very much. Let's see. The team at Domino's, New Bedford, Rob Rivard, if you want to raise your hand, thank you so much for supporting us tonight. Also Bank 5. And then we have some special individuals, Ralph Eustace, Fran Levin, Susan Keys. So many wonderful supporters tonight, thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Michael Bobbitt, Executive Director of the Mass Cultural Council. Michael is a distinguished theater artist, and I think you can tell from his beautiful posture. As the Executive Director of Mass Cultural Council, he is the highest ranking public official in Massachusetts state government focused on arts and culture. Since 2021, he has led the agency through several initiatives, including the development of its first racial equity plan, deaf and disability equity and access plan, and Native American Indigenous equity plan, the launch of the nation's first statewide social prescribing initiative, the securing and distribution of $560.1 million in pandemic relief funding, and the design and implementation of a strategic plan for fiscal years 24 through 26. Recently, Michael was listed as one of the Boston Business Journal's Power 50 movement makers. He has been appointed by Governor Maura Healey to serve on both the Governor's Advisory Council on Black Empowerment and the Massachusetts Cultural Policy Development Advisory Council. That's a mouthful. And recently received an honorary Director of Fine Arts honoris causa from Dean College. He is a proud alumnus of the University of Massachusetts Amherst. We have that in common.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't realize that. And we also have something else in
Yes.
common. Do you want to say a little bit about the Global Leaders Program?
Sure.
Okay. So we have a full program. I'll keep things moving along. I will pass the mic to Michael, who's then going to introduce the Honorable Jonathan Mitchell, our mayor, who tonight will receive a Patron of the Arts Award. But not to continue any longer. Here's Michael.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. How are you? Great. It's good to see you all. I'm so happy to be back in New Bedford, a place I get to visit so often, and it just fills me with joy. And sometimes I'm reminded that my job forces me to come visit this amazing community, which is such a great honor. Thank you all for being here and supporting arts and culture the way you do. You really make this arts and culture community a cornerstone of what makes New Bedford, New Bedford. I know Suzanne mentioned the social prescribing program in my bio. I just want to tell you that last summer, Massachusetts launched the nation's first arts prescribing program, whereby healthcare providers can prescribe 12 doses of arts and culture to their patients. This also comes with a companion ticket, and it's paid for by insurance and managed care providers and funding. I tried to get a prescription to the Beyonce concert, and they said no. Suzanne also mentioned, by the way, what a beacon you have, what a gem you have in Suzanne. Honestly, whatever she asks you to do, just do it, right? If she says, hey, liquidate your 529 plan and give it all to me, just do it, right? So thank you all so much. Suzanne just got into a program that I'm actually finishing. It's called the Global Leadership Institute program. This is a program where 75 executive arts leaders from around the world are going to work together for a year. And at the end of this year, she'll have an MBA in Arts Innovation. Wow. That's how much she cares about this. Yes, good. I'm glad you're doing the program. Thank you all. So, since his first days in office, Mayor Mitchell has sought to reestablish New Bedford as one of the leading cities in the Northeast. During his time in office, the city has been acclaimed for achieving a 60% decline in violent crime, a 25-point rise in high school graduation rates, the launching of the American offshore wind industry, new parks and walkways, and the overall improvement of the city's appearance. But in the long run, he may be remembered as much for his cultivation of New Bedford's arts and culture sector. Through his strategic investments, careful planning, innovative initiatives, and elevated standards of design and appearance, Mayor Mitchell has helped to uplift New Bedford into one of America's most culturally distinctive cities. The list of successful projects and initiatives under his administration is long and varied. It is perhaps unmatched by any municipal government in America over the same period. His work has been founded upon out-of-the-box ideas and unwavering determination. Mayor Mitchell conceived of the idea of a dedicated arts fund that would be supported through hotel tax receipts and saw through its enactment. The New Bedford Arts, Culture, and Tourism Fund was the first of its kind in Massachusetts, and it has made possible the city's first arts and culture plan and led to the creation of New Bedford Creative, an organization that provides administrative support and additional programming and planning capacity to support the arts in New Bedford. The funds have supported the creation of public art and working capital grants to artists of every sort. Perhaps as much as any city in the U.S., New Bedford invested in its allotment from the American Rescue Plan Act to support arts and cultural facilities, projects, and support working artists. These investments include over $10 million, could have been anything, right? Dollars in grants to support major capital projects like those at the Zeiterion Performing Arts Center and Whaling Museum that leverage tens of millions of dollars more in private and other public investment. His administration created hugely successful grant programs such as Art is Everywhere, Wicked Cool Places, and ArtNet, all of which have put millions of dollars into the hands of artists to create, inspire, and thrive. From a painted utility box to a mural on the side of a building to live street performances. Art is literally everywhere in New Bedford. The constellation of public art have included the Seaport Art Walk and Frederick Douglass statue, and soon a statue of Herman Melville, a project that Mayor Mitchell personally launched. Mayor Mitchell has championed organizations and events that bring people together. His continued support of AHA has helped the organization expand beyond its monthly celebrations that bring throngs of people downtown to celebrate art, history, and architecture. We proposed the idea of a summertime concerts by the water, which have grown into the Summer Sound series of free concerts that pack the streets on Friday evenings in the summer. He supported the New Bedford Art Museum with over $400,000 in targeted investments. He took the bold step of moving city offices out of the second floor to pave way for a major expansion of the museum's exhibit space. Mayor Mitchell has insisted on high standard of architectural design for buildings and public spaces. Examples of his commitment to the power of great design to contribute to the city's vitality included the new pedestrian bridge over JFK Boulevard, Custom House Square, the South End Public Safety Center, the Jacobs School, and soon the Congan Duval Elementary School, some of which have won national awards. And as recently as last week, he worked with partners to relaunch the Star Store as a new center for the arts. Mayor Mitchell has received the highest award for municipal arts leadership from both the Americans for the Arts and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and I'm going to share this bio with every other mayor in this state so they can model the incredible Mayor John Mitchell.
Well, thank you, Michael. Where's Suzanne? Suzanne, come on up. Come on up. You're the star tonight. No, look, I really appreciate the honor, and not something I expected, but I will just say a couple of things. And I think I'm preaching to the choir a little bit, but we do treat art in New Bedford very seriously. It's for many years, being an artistic city or holding oneself out that way has been in vogue in economic development circles, and there's so many places around the United States where people try to sort of superimpose it where it hasn't existed before. You do see it around, certainly around Massachusetts, but really everywhere. The thing that we have going for us in New Bedford, and you touched upon this, Michael, I think really appropriately, is it's in our DNA. It's been around for a long, long time. And I know we have like 200 Ricketsons in the family members in attendance today, but it goes back, and they will attest to the fact that really since the whaling days, New Bedford has been a leader, national leader in the arts. And so it's something that we've embraced because, not just because it's the cool thing to do, it's also, it also fits, it's natural to us. So it wouldn't happen if it weren't for all of you here. I mean, we have put a lot of public funds to support artists, to the work they do and into the institutions. But I'm no Cosimo de Medici. I'm not. What happens really is the work of a lot of private actors, artists themselves, as well as their benefactors. And so, in that vein, I just want to thank all of you for supporting this very important institution. I do want to thank John Bullard, who's my predecessor, who's right there, who's far more artistic than I, and there are a handful of other people. I want to thank my wife Ann, who's way in the back there. I also want to thank all the students who are here. My daughter Lauren's actually an intern here. She's the one who drives the purple van out in front very stylishly. But I want to say, just thank you to you. Thank you to, there's some people in the city team like Christina Connolly, who couldn't be here tonight, and Margot, who do really a bang-up job.
Margot's here.
Where's Margot?
I'm here. Oh,
Where?
right here.
Margot. Oh, right in front. Like, come on. Blending in. Margot Sonia, our creative coordinator for the city of New Bedford. Tony Sapienza's way in the back by the bar somewhere. He plays a hand in all this stuff, but I just spotted him. Way too many people to thank, but I just want to say that we do have a lot of momentum because of these investments, because of the creativity of our artists, and because of our determination to plow through the pandemic, to get on our feet. And now this institution's thriving. We can grow upwards now because I cleared out all the office space upstairs, right? So there's that, but there's a lot more. And I think now's the time really to continue to put our shoulders into the work of making New Bedford a very distinctive place through the arts. And so I want to thank all of you for the recognition tonight, the award.
This is the award.
What, this is the award?
This is the award. So let me see.
Oh, okay. So one thing that great art does is it provokes conversation. So when somebody walks into our house and says, "What the hell's that?" I make a new friend, right? So, yeah.
So this is from a post and beam house, 1720, Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This piece, it's an original mortise and tenon.
Oh, it's not for torture.
And this is by artisan John Jacoby.
That's so cool.
Who has a studio in Hatch Street. And we wanted something that was completely unique.
I have nothing like that. This is fabulous.
And it's wacky and weird, and we love it.
Well, I will display it prominently. That is so cool. That is so cool. Thank you.
Just don't drop it.
I will not. Thank you.
I'm going to get back. In my nervousness, I omitted a very important organization and individual, our lead sponsor, Served Well Hospitality. Thank you so much. I apologize. I am slightly overwhelmed. But very, very grateful to all of you. And just as Mayor Mitchell was talking about the fact that arts are part of the DNA in New Bedford, I wanted to talk about how this community of artists would not thrive except for outstanding patronage and support. The intellectual debate among the artists, the back and forth, these wonderful pockets of artistic communities and of patrons. We come together as a community, and it's wonderful. And now I'm hoping that we can have the unveiling. Sarah, are the girls here? Yeah. Okay, so let's come forward. Allie, we're right on track, correct? Okay, wonderful. So I'd like to mention, before you unveil it, girls, I'll just say a few words. Deep thanks to Jonathan and Elizabeth Howland, who have given us, everyone, a round of applause, please, for Jonathan and Liz. I'd love to be like to have him.
Come on up.
We are so incredibly lucky in so many different ways to have Jonathan's wisdom and Liz's kind support. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm going to have the girls unveil it, and then I'll speak a little bit about it. Okay? All right, girls, are we ready? So, who can tell me, someone in the audience, who can tell me who painted this beautiful painting? Yes! John J. Audubon. And it is a very rare oil painting. Jonathan, are there 6 that exist, maybe, in the world? Or less?
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay. So we are absolutely thrilled to have this as part of our permanent collection. Thank you, Greta Lothberg and Olivia Brady, for unveiling the painting for us. We had our children here do this unveiling because they are the future of the Art Museum. And when Jonathan and Liz made this gift, they were thinking of the generations to come. They wanted to bring this painting back to New Bedford. It's been in their family for 195 years. Jonathan's great great-great-grandfather purchased it directly from Audubon. You even have, I think, the original bill of sale. And it's been a family treasure, and now it's our treasure, and we can share it with everyone, and we're so incredibly grateful. And, you know, if you're not already familiar with the library, the New Bedford Free Public Library, I want to acknowledge my colleague, Allie Copeland. Hey, Allie. The library lent us many magnificent works on display tonight, and we're thrilled to have this Audubon oil painting because now we can put it in conversation with the first edition set of Birds of America. And we can create a whole exhibit around it and bring in contemporary work as well. So it's a great and exciting gift. We're very grateful to have it. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Liz.
Why don't you take a picture next time? Ann, do you want to grab a picture of it?
Oh, yeah. Jonathan, Liz. Sure.
You get it.
So, sorry, one more very important announcement. If I can keep your attention for just a moment more. On the occasion of our 30th anniversary, the Art Museum commissioned a local UMass student to create an original piece of music. Its title is called Call of the Bay, and we have the New Bedford musicians from the New Bedford Symphony Orchestra in place. Davon Fuentes is the composer. Davon, could you put your, here he is, here's the composer. And now the musicians will perform Call of the Bay.